people do come to you with this fear of, what's going on in the overall national economy, the world economy, and go, how does this all work within a barter network? I mean, do you hear that a lot?
Probably more than the average person, but maybe not quite as much as you might think. We definitely have the clients that are devoted believers in trade. That really do, I get people that'll chat me up every once in a while. Your clients will chat you up, and they'll talk about alternative currencies and different options. And we do have some real devoted people. Most of my clients, I think, subscribe to what you're talking about, but maybe just to a slightly lesser degree. When the economy gets tough, when things get hard, interest in bartering does pick up. I don't necessarily think that's because all those people believe that the economy is going to spiral completely into collapse. But when it's trending that direction, when the current most common model of cash, credit, loans, debt, that sort of thing isn't working as well, people do look for other options. And things like trade are one of the first places they turn, definitely.
And so as you start to see some of these political things unfold and you get these questions, I mean, are more people coming to trade? Is it just business as usual for your company? Or has it not quite gotten to that point where people are quite as afraid of what could happen, or they're maybe not moved to action?
It's the number of people coming to us strictly because they're looking for help is actually down a little bit over, say, 3 or 4 years ago. And to be totally frank, that's kind of a good thing for us. We're a great tool for businesses, but we're not necessarily going to rescue a drowning one. Mm-hmm. So when those people come to me, I do say, hey, look, we can help. But if you're having trouble paying your bills anyway, this isn't a solution to get out of crippling debt. We're a solution to take an average business and kick it up a notch, or a good business and kick it up a notch. But so we do get the people that come to us, and answer to your question as you can be a solution to a problem. You can be a set of solutions to a set of problems. It does coincide with when times are tough. Right now, though, as the economy kind of has picked up, employment rates have picked up, I would say that we still get people talking to us about alternatives, but not as many as a couple years ago.
Yeah. I guess, people aren't just going to go seek out trade while the dollar is still moving. I mean, right?
And as long as they have access to capital, it's not necessarily the doom and gloom things that send them to us. It's the opportunity to add business. Mm-hmm. It's the opportunity to do an incremental piece. Mm-hmm. So, when it's
you're not a swap meet, is what you're saying. Where people come bring their stuff and trade for apples.
Exactly. They're not going to come to us for their staples when the end comes or whatever. We're the one that's
partly because you guys are also a cash business, and so you may not be hanging around very long if there's no cash.
If there's no money at all, how do I get paid?
There you go. Well, 1/10 of all the apples that get pushed.
Sure, that's true. That's true. And then I'd have to barter those out. And
there you go.
Well, we do have the systems built up. It's a good thing.
Assuming the internet stays around, right?
Yeah.
So, Cameron, as you start looking at where trade is now and where it may be going, do you have an idea of without any huge swings in what's going on in the economy, do you see trade picking up with organized trade specifically?
I do, and this is I guess a little bit of a prediction and also something hopeful, because it would probably mean good things for me. I see trade, the industry, being somewhat consolidated, slowly but surely. And I know not everyone thinks that's a good thing, big corporations taking over businesses, et cetera, et cetera. I think for organized trade to take it to the level that I hope it's at someday, the industry needs to consolidate a little further so it can continue to grow. It's still a little more fractured than I would like, which means the consistency of branding, messaging, service, et cetera, is not quite as universal. Imagine if there wasn't one Visa.
And you'd end up with more trade partners.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of one Visa, there was 50 Visas all over the country, and they were regional. Well, Visa wouldn't work as well for you. Mm-hmm. So when there's one, it's accepted at 10 million merchants. Well, you can use your Visa pretty much anywhere. So, when organized trade hits that level, which I hope it does, and in my lifetime, in the near future, that's when it will really kick off and be a truly an equivalent to cash. Because trade is a great tool, but it's not as strong as cash right now. I'm not going to make things up. Cash is still the most liquid currency in the world, the U.S. dollar or what have you. But
at least until October 18th.
Yes. But as these things continue and progress, I definitely think that we do have a system of exchange set up that doesn't require the U.S. dollar. It's powerful. There's tens of thousands of businesses that accept our currency. So that idea is a good one. It's an effective one. And I think as the industry consolidates and gets a little bigger and more people come under that same umbrella, the currency gets better, the options get stronger, and that just continues more growth. So I think the industry is on the right path. And people's concern about the state of the economy does bring awareness to what we do, because we don't, a broken, not working government isn't required to make money worthwhile.